Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is September the 15th, 2019. Strong hand, be a unique beast, value your wealth in Bitcoin. Having hype, unconfiscatable. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Offended by selling, 5-digit realm. Best guest in the space. If you tuned in on Friday's show, you would have seen Jeet and Vortex. Yeah, they're part of the best guest in the space crew. It was great This Week in Bitcoin. TECHBALT, techbalt.com. Follow me on Twitter there, disruptmeister.com. Yesterday's Beyond Bitcoin. Oh, it was wild. I was talking about hearing aids. Check it out. It's linked to below. Now, a subject matter that similar subject matters to what I'm about to talk about have been on the Beyond Bitcoin show before. We're going to talk about something Beto O'Rourke said. It has a lot to do with Bitcoin's future, though. Possibly its 2024 future. I don't think we're going to get this in 2020, but 2024 we might be thinking about this kind of thing. Beto here talking about his gun control dreams. Oh, my. All right, what is this? This is Beto O'Rourke has returned to Texas for tonight's debate, doubling down on gun control, now calling for banks and credit card companies to refuse service to assault weapon sales without background checks, gun ammo manufacturers who produce assault weapons. So here we go. Here we got a major politician at a major event talking about banks and credit card companies banning people, just saying we're not gonna. If you do this type of business, we're not going to deal with you. If you do this type of legal business, involved with weapons, and you can say what you want to about guns and everything, people. But if it's legal, and we might have a situation here, I don't think it's going to happen this year, but the way things progress, every 4 years that we have a presidential election, and things seem to really percolate right before these elections, we'll be having all the candidates in 2024, and maybe it'll even be approved. The pressure will be on private companies, banks, and credit card companies to not do business with the gun people or the who knows who you could be on that blacklist. Okay, so this is but why am I bringing all this up? Because bring it on, Beto, bring it on. Put the pressure on all the major credit cards and banks to not do business with guns. They will do it with Bitcoin. They will find a way, and people will love the convenience of it and gladly, because people really value in the United States the Second Amendment, and they like to buy weapons. Again, that's their thing. Whatever, ammo, guns and ammo. It's not particularly my thing, but I think people should be free to do it. And I do see a day when all the banks and the credit card companies are pressured by people like Beto, by their blind followers, to just say, throw up their hands in the air and say, fine, we're not going to do business with these legal entities. And then Beto and everyone was going to think, oh, yeah, we beat them. We told them we're putting them out of business, but it won't put them out of business. Bitcoin does not discriminate. They will do their sales in Bitcoin. So it is funny. I wanted to read, there was, there was a blind reply to that. Someone thought it was a great idea by Beto. I'll find that. I have it written down here somewhere. Okay, pound that like button. And check out sportsmeister.com if you want to listen to these shows. All my podcast version of these shows are over there. All right, offended by selling line here. Jameson Lopp tweeted this out. He was at the HODL Baltic Honey Badger thing today, And he said I think there were 5 guys in this panel, 4 or 5 guys, 5 guys. 3 traders on this panel say that you shouldn't trade, just dollar cost average. One recommends trading because he needs someone to dump his bags on. And there you go, people. Despite the traders say you shouldn't trade, and despite one of them saying that he's just trying to use you to get you to trade, people are still going to trade. They don't have the long-term thinking. They're impulsive. They think they have to do something with their Bitcoin. If you just hold your Bitcoin, you're doing something there. Strong hand. Offended by selling. You see why I'm offended by selling. They're even offended by selling, these traders. Okay. Ethereal Summit, an Ethereum event. It was today in Tel Aviv, where I am. And I got to say, it was a pretty big, I was not there. I know people who went there. It was a big event, sold out, and people were very excited about it. Vitalik spoke at it. And this just gives us a view into the bigger crypto space. And I have no problem with Ethereum. And I have no problem just saying it's not going away. It's got a lot of loyal fans. They believe the Ethereum story. And I know a lot of Bitcoiners point out all the weaknesses in Ethereum story, okay? But it's there. Ethereum is the next Ethereum. And an event like this, and I mean, Tel Aviv is a technologically advanced city, but we've got people from all over the world coming to Tel Aviv to come to an Ethereum event. It says a lot about Ethereum. It really does say a lot about it. And again, Bitcoin is still the next Bitcoin, people. You have to have there's a certain confidence certain people have in Bitcoin. I have that kind of confidence, that strong hand confidence, where these other altcoins, they can do whatever the heck they want to do. They can succeed in the ways they want. They can have all sorts of people developing on them, like Ethereum, and it's no problem to me at all. So yeah, I linked to etherealsummit.com. You can see how fancy it was. And let people, and if it all fails, whatever they're building on it fails, then okay, that's that. They bought the Ethereum. They had the risk. I had the Bitcoin, so I'm not worried. Pound that like button. So yeah, again, I am in Tel Aviv until the 25th, which is coming up really soon. So I fly out on the 25th. I'll be back in Baltimore until October 15th, and then I will be in Australia for over a month. And that first week from October 17th to the 24th, I will be in Sydney. Then I will be in Adelaide the rest of the time. But I'm saying all this right now for all you people in Sydney. I will be hanging out with Hass McCook, and there are apparently events going on. If you're interested in hanging out or you want to get in touch with me beforehand, plan ahead, you know some things that are going on, October 17th to 24th, I will be there. So you can, I'm TechBalt on Twitter, DM me at TechBalt, TechBalt. You can also email me at adam@tresorhelp.com. And hey, if you need a crypto consultation, we can set that up. If you need a Trezor setup, I haven't got one of those Trezor setups for a while. People are not buying Trezors at all. That is as much as they used to. And I can have someone on the show about that. There's someone specific who I want to get on the show about that, but we haven't been able to arrange that. Anyway, that's unfortunate. It's another sign that people are not buying hardware wallets, that there are not new strong handers coming into the space. All the old strong handers, they got their hardware wallets, okay? But there's depth from the person I talked to. His business has gone really down the tubes in a major way in terms of selling these hardware wallets. And yeah, it is just amazing that the Bitcoin price is what it is. It's being, I guess, boosted up by the not by new smart people coming into the space, but by people throwing up their hands in the air and getting rid of their altcoins for Bitcoin, and perhaps some larger institutional people are quietly buying also. I do not know. I don't really care that much either why the fiat price is what it is, because I know I'm living in the future. I'm living in 2025. I'm living in 2021. I'm living in 2022 when it's the fiat prices. This is a joke. And if you're looking back right now, you're saying, yeah, 10,000. That's people thought that was expensive. Okay, so Andreas Antonopoulos' video is out there, and it's something about the title. I didn't write down the title. Swiss bank account in your pocket, and that was a quote from Barack Obama. And he rightly points out that when Barack Obama said it, it was to kind of scare people. But Bitcoin people took it as a great thing. Like, yeah, man, heck yeah, we want a Swiss bank account in our pocket. And Andreas points out that it's more like having a whole entire Swiss bank in your pocket, and you're the CEO. Now, one thing, Andreas is so anti-bank that he says that, I don't like hanging out with people wearing suits. He mentioned a previous event he was speaking at in Switzerland, because this event is in Switzerland. And yeah, I know that's his prerogative. I don't have a problem with people wearing suits. I don't like to wear a suit per se. But not all bankers are bad dudes. Not all they do provide a necessary service. Now, because of the involvement with banking and the government has bailed out banks. That's not right at all. No, that isn't right at all. But banks do provide necessary services, and in the first world, they're pretty darn convenient. Okay, and they're not going to be put out of business. They will evolve. Some will get into Bitcoin, but so many people are going to will gladly accept the welfare dollar. We've discussed about this in other shows. I see Bitcoin as a way for the smart people, the proactive people, the emotion people to exit the inflationary fiat system, which is based a lot in banks, okay? Traditional banks. But he really, some people get very emotional about the bank thing, and I think that's a weakness. I really think that's a weakness. Let them do what they're going to do. If you don't like it, if you don't like the banking system, then don't worry about it. Get into the Bitcoin overlay. That's why I say, because the more you rip on it and really viciously attack it in some ways that are not that are too emotional, you're giving them legitimacy. Okay, you're giving them legitimacy. If you just ignore them and you talk about the best parts of Bitcoin, I think that's a little better approach. And hey, you just simply sum it up. That's the inflationary fiat world where people value their wealth in dollars. They keep their money in banks. Okay, if you could do that, if you value wealth in Bitcoin, you're not going to want to be with banks naturally. So let them do whatever magical stuff they do over there, et cetera, et cetera. But going back to this video, and it is a very good video, especially the end. He's got some pretty good lines. But he does mention government trying to regulate cryptocurrency, and that they want to stop bad people from doing bad things. But what they end up doing is they stop good people from doing good things with the tech. Okay, the tech can be used for bad. The tech can be used for good. Most people are using the tech for good, and so with the regulation, you are really, since most people are using it for good, you're going to stop a lot of good things, or you're going to slow down a lot of good things with all these good intentions of the government. Okay, so let the bad people do the bad things. More people are going to do good things, and it will overwhelm all the bad people. And they talk about countries are going to launder money and buy illicit weapons. But the people living under their regimes, if you let it go free, they'll get it too, and they'll be able to avoid being under their government's thumbs anymore and bring down their governments. So he talks about subject matters like that. It's a good one, and he thinks that he mentions why in Switzerland, where I mean, he thinks Switzerland is the ultimate, apparently, in government, from what I gather from what he says, where they live under such a great system and they're so wealthy and everything. Why should they get into Bitcoin? And he says it's to prop up the new system, which will bring down the old system. Now, again, I disagree. I believe, yes, there is a new system. There is the Bitcoin overlay, but the old system still will exist. But I still agree. I still agree that even if you are in a comfortable country like Switzerland, you start to value your wealth in Bitcoin, your francs, they will devalue over time. You won't have to worry about that. You will be in the best money possible, and you will be making this new system stronger for the 20%ers who opt into it, who opt to join you, because not everybody's going to get into Bitcoin. Not everyone will. Not everyone will get into cryptocurrency. The fiat system, the Swiss francs and the dollar, the elite fiats, they'll still exist. That's what my point is. I don't think Andreas thinks that much though. So it is a good video. Check it out. Link to below. And here is on Twitter, this guy here, Alk20191. I believe he's a Frenchman. He mentioned me, and so I retweeted it. So if you mention TechBot, sometimes I'll retweet it if it's good, like this one, and if it inspires me like this one, and this one definitely did. He says, "Want to play offense? Buy Bitcoin. Want to play defense? Buy Bitcoin. Want to quit the game? Buy Bitcoin. Want to step up your game? Buy Bitcoin. Be a unique beast." And then he said, @TechBot. And again, I'm TechBot on Twitter. Dude, that was a good one. That's linked to below. Everybody should retweet it. Oh, here we go. Remember we were talking about Beto and his proposal to peer pressure and shame banks and credit cards into abandoning doing business with legal businesses. Here's some CUCK that says, "This is actually an innovative idea by Beto to effectively put an end to these mass assault gun deaths. Good for him. Beto for America." No, dude. First of all, it's not going to stop people from buying these weapons. Okay. First of all, the mass people can always buy things illegally. By the way, on the black market, they make drugs illegal. People still buy drugs. But this guy thinks this is a good thing. He thinks it's good for elected officials to put pressure on private companies. I mean, that's like bordering on fascism there, like where the elected officials control the private companies. But it's a step below it, because he's actually not making a law that says credit card companies and banks can't do business. It's just saying, it's putting a lot of pressure on them, saying, don't do business with these, or we're going to boycott you or whatever. I mean, maybe Beto would make a law about it, and I'm sure this guy praising Beto's idea would like that. Bitcoin will pick up the slack that the credit card companies and the banks abandon on the way to 2024. Beto could still end up vice president of the United States. He could still end up president of the United States. Okay, he's got that wild card in his pocket. He is from Texas, and if they, again, this is a beyond Bitcoin type of subject matter. I mean, he appeals. He is the most self-hating W guy. I mean, that's on the public scene today in politics. I mean, you don't have to hate yourself, dude. I mean, he is the character that he's created for himself is this self-hating dude. Everything about him he hates. He's horrible. He's horrible because he's rich. He's horrible because he's W. He's horrible. All right. But he's got these blind CUCKs that think it's a good idea. What a world. What a world we live in. But that's great. Let them be blind. Let them put pressure on the credit card companies. It will help Bitcoin. So credit card companies and banks no longer do business with guns. Then all the business that guns do in America is based with Bitcoin. That would be quite a boost for Bitcoin. They're quite a boost. You get a lot of new holders of Bitcoin. I mean, that would have a real effect if it gets to that extreme level. We shall see. 2024, pound that like button. Because it's not happening in 2020. But things do progress fast after that. There are a lot of things that we could not have imagined in 2016 that are legitimate now. I mean, we're like, just the crazy things that some of these presidential candidates are, wealth taxes, all sorts of lovely things that they're proposing now that would have been considered completely insane back in 2016 are now mainstream. Oh, what else do we have here? Oh, so yes, I forgot to mention that when I was at the CoinDesk event at the bar in Tel Aviv on Thursday night, and it was fun talking to a lot of people there. I was talking to a really smart guy, and he did not know about Bitcoin airdrops. He really didn't know about it. He said, well, what about these airdrops? He's into getting interest from letting someone else control your Bitcoin, one of those Bitcoin banks or whatever, or trying to have a Bitcoin hedge fund or whatever. And I told him here's some insider information. We got crypto dividends out there. You just hold your Bitcoin, you get the forks. He knew about the forks, and you get these airdrops. And so this is just a reminder to all the people that are watching this show today. You've got insider information when you come to a show like this. There are many people, and they are smart people. They just don't know about it. They don't think twice about it. They don't see Bitcoin as that type of asset where if you hold it, you can get interest, where it's a savings account. They really don't see. They think you have to take an extra step and let someone else hold your Bitcoin or trade your Bitcoin. That's how you get money off your Bitcoin. No, you just hold it. And with this in mind, all you altcoins, all you people who want to start an altcoin, be my guest, do it by the airdrop method. It is a unique way, and you'll just have the best of the best Bitcoin holders claiming. Because clearly the masses do not know about the airdrop technique. The masses are too impatient to even hold Bitcoin properly, to even claim your altcoin, so your airdrop, your crypto dividend. So there are some altcoin people think, well, if we do an airdrop, that too many people will claim it, and we won't. No, you'll get a decent amount of smart Bitcoin holders that will distribute it nicely for you. Okay. All right. So yeah, it is insider information. Pound that like button. And finally, Unchained Capital has a very interesting article. Bitcoin astronomy. Now, I brought the subject matters like this up before. You won't be able to mine Bitcoin on Mars. And it's just too far from Earth, and the block time and everything. So check out the article. It is an interesting one if you're interested about reading about a future of when man is on Mars and what the cryptocurrency situation will be beyond Earth. And all right, I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Notorious BTC. Pound that like button. Bang the bell button if you need a reminder of when the show premieres, when it goes live, whatever you want to say. And click on all those squares. And yeah, have a fun night. See you.